Welcome to the Glam Life Podcast, where we empower and inspire beauty professionals to take their careers to the next level. Your host, Victoria, is a certified business coach with over a decade of experience in the beauty industry, helping countless beauty professionals start and grow successful businesses. Now she's sharing her knowledge and expertise with you. Whether you're just starting out in the beauty industry or looking to take your business to new heights, this podcast is for you, covering topics like community, management, branding, and much more. So join us on this journey to build the beauty business of your dreams.
Good morning, friends. So let's just get right into it, okay? I put out a podcast that was very much about expanding your business and like big picture, what that could look like and what a lot of those options were. But I think some of the things that people were most interested in when they heard that podcast was really like the how in scaling. People are very confused about how you actually scale. How do you get to that point? So I'll tell you the truth about how I got to that point, and I'll kind of give you my trajectory, and you can do with that what you like, I guess. So for me, I was really stuck in the same position for about 2 years probably, and it was kind of getting to do or die time, right? Like either I'm going to stop letting this be a hobby and kind of turn it into some kind of profitable business, or I'm going to have to stop doing it, period, and just be a stay-at-home mom, which I really wasn't interested in doing. But I certainly was not going to go back to working a 9-to-5 using my college degree, because that didn't work out for me as a mother like that. Like I couldn't be on somebody else's time schedule and have, those first couple of years of having a baby, honestly, especially the first year that you put them in daycare of any kind, because my kids just went on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So year one, I was lucky enough that they got to stay with my mom on Tuesdays and Thursdays so I could continue working. Then once they were 1 year old, I put them into daycare with the expectation they would be sick. So like building their immune system, and still just Tuesdays and Thursdays. Girl, they were still sick as hell. Damn, they were sick all the time catching everybody else's germs. But I'd rather them build the immune system now when we still get all these doctor's appointments regularly at age 1. And then also before we have to go to school and it's mandated, right? Like once you hit pre-K, your time is not yours anymore. So you better have that immune system built, basically. So they were going to school and they were still, to daycare, whatever. They were still sick. And I can't imagine what I would have done if I was at like a quote unquote real job where I had a boss that I had to ask every time I needed to take off. Instead, I was lucky enough to have very, very gracious and forgiving clientele. And I think it's because my clientele's women, especially those over the age of 25. And we are also all moms, so we get it. Now, the trade-off there is that I also need to be incredibly gracious when they call and tell me that their kids are sick and they need to reschedule day of. All right, got it. Tit for tat. So I was just kind of stuck there, right? And I was thinking to myself, like, what's next? Because I cannot go and work an office job. It's just not in the cards for me. I don't have even like the desire to be away from my kids 5 days a week, and certainly not to give up the ability to be available to them anytime that they don't feel well. And then later, I want to be the homeroom mom. I want to be the field trip mom. So how am I going to get from where I am now, stuck on this like hamster wheel of if I take another class, my before and afters will get better. Once they're better, then I'll get more clients and I'll make more money. I can take another class, my before and afters will get better, and then I can get more. I'm stuck on this hamster wheel where I'm constantly putting back into my business, and every time I take it out, it's to put back in my business. How do I move to the next level, right? How do I break through? And for me, it was finding a mentor. That's just the truth. I know that I say this so often, you guys are probably really tired of hearing it, but it's simply the truth. Nothing else happened, so I can't tell you anything differently. I found a mentor, someone who had already accomplished what I wanted to in my exact field, who knew what they were doing and could give me her playbook. That's exactly what happened. So, and at first I was a little skeptical, honestly, especially since it's a very large investment and I was not making any money, right? But I guess that's kind of the problem. I'm not making any money. So I don't even want to say it. yeah, I put it on a credit card. Yeah, I put it put it on a credit card. My husband was like, please don't do that. That is a scam. And I was like, but it's also our last chance. Very, what if I fall? What if you fly? Yeah, very that. And my husband is super supportive. So he was like, okay. All right, Victoria. All right. And I think he was just kind of waiting to see what was going to happen and whether or not he was going to be taking on my car payment, pretty much. But lucky for me, I flew. I didn't fail. I flew. So what did business mentorship look like for me? Well, first of all, the first question is, well, what are your goals? I'm happy to help you reach your goals. What are they? For me, I wanted to start training. I wanted to start training because I think a lot of people want to start training because they're like, where can I get more money in my business? That was not it for me. I wanted to start training because there was no reputable training in my area. You had to leave Louisiana and go to Texas to get reputable training. So I wanted to kind of fill in that gap for girls around me, especially because all the little girlies around here say things like, well, Google it. There's plenty of places you could Google it. I'm not going to tell you where I train. I'm not going to tell you where I buy my stuff. I'm not going to tell you what brands we use. I'm not going to Girl, shut up. Oh my God. Oh my God. And you know what? People are so like, have you ever heard people say, man, there's a lot of dudes out here really worried that women are after them for money that they don't have. Literally, that's what's happening with these like gatekeepers in the beauty industry. Like, you are so worried that these girls are coming, for your trade secrets and child, they're just trying to get their foot in the door. They're not trying to take anything from you. And like, do you really have that much to take anyway? Give me a break. If you had more friends in the beauty industry, you might have a little bit more going on for yourself, because an island is the most expensive place on the planet to live. You got to pay to ship shit to you. You got to pay to ship shit elsewhere, including food, products, Amazon. Like, give me a break. So if you want to, be an isolationist and ignore the world around you and plug your ears and say, la, 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 none of you exist. I'm the only brow artist in the world. I'm the only lash artist in the world. No one else spray tans but me. Go for it. But the rest of us are going to be out here having a party together. If you would like to attend the party, here's, please RSVP so we can make sure that there is a seat for you at this table. Just kidding. There's always a seat. Though, I don't know. Recently, Sarah asked me to stop adding seats. Oh my gosh. That's a story for another day. Yeah. So I found someone who was very inclusive and basically said, yes, you can. And I now have a sign in my shop that says, yes, the fuck you can. It's a neon sign. It's so cute. And a lot of students take pictures in front of it when they graduate. Yeah. I think, kind of breaking out of that mindset and finding someone to help you with like who can actually accomplish what it is you want to accomplish. I think that is the most important first step. The mindset issue, if you feel like every client she gets is a client you didn't get, you're not ready. You're not ready, because you can't compete with your students for clients. You cannot. If somebody says that they want to go to homegirl down the street because she's $50 cheaper than me or whatever, I am happy. I'm so happy because that's my student and someone is choosing her. Someone is choosing her. That's amazing. So whether I do your brows or she does your brows, I'm still doing your brows. It's such a feather in my cap. But you cannot view your students as your competition. Okay? So mindset right there is everything. You can't view even your competitors across town as competitors. They are your colleagues. I recently had a very heated discussion about that with someone who had a very ugly scarcity mindset. I mean, it was just the drama. You know what? If you want to be an isolationist and be out there on your own, you go, chick. I'm not worried about it. But I'm not going to be hateful, The next time that a student says, hey, is so-and-so hiring, or does anyone know where to go? If I see that you're hiring, I am still going to recommend you. I'm still going to be cheering you on. It doesn't matter to me that you don't want to participate in friendly brow culture. I am still going to participate, and I'm not going to let anybody else jade that for me. So do you see what I'm saying here? It's the mindset. It's not reactionary. It's not what so-and-so did to you. It's not what so-and-so said about you. It's your mindset. No one can change that. And no one can pick it for you or choose it for you, right? You choose to wake up and be positive every day. You choose to reframe things in whatever way you need to. And other people need to assimilate accordingly. Either you're going to love my positive mindset and you're going to want to participate in a sisterhood and a friendship and being colleagues, or you're going to resent me for it because of some unhealed part of you. Because you feel like, you're threatened by this scarcity mindset of yours. Oh, well, why does she want to be my friend? Why does she want to refer to me as a colleague? She's my competitor. Every brow that she does is a brow that I didn't do. That mindset has nothing to do with me. It has nothing to do with me. That, some people will call it jealousy, which I think is just an oversimplification of that feeling or that emotion. I don't think that she's jealous of me. I think that the person who feels this way, and I'm not talking about any one person, I'm saying anyone who feels that way about you or me or whoever, I think really it has nothing to do with you or I. It's completely about the unhealed version of her, whoever she is, who maybe, trusted someone in the past and was burned. We all have one of those, right? Or who's suspicious of people because maybe they had a rough life growing up and they don't trust easily. And maybe this, if they worked really, really, really hard for this beauty business, and it doesn't even have to be top tier beauty business. It could just be, to them, I didn't grow up with shit. And now I have this one thing and I'm going to protect it at all costs. So I'm suspicious of anyone who comes anywhere near me. Well, that has nothing to do with me or my motives or my intent or my genuineness. That has nothing to do with me. And there's also nothing I can do to change it because that's her mindset. So changing that mindset I'm telling you, you are meeting people with a million different mindsets. That's why politics are such a hot button issue and no one can ever agree on them because we see things in different ways. And when it comes to politics, that's literally someone trying to regulate your life based on their own views. And that's not cool. I'm not into it. So yeah. I think we deal with this every day, all the time. Don't people differ in parenting constantly? Oh no, little Timmy should be rear facing until he's 5 years old, until he's 10 years old. 10 years old, give me a break. They don't even fit in the car. Whatever, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I don't want to debate it. I'm just saying people have very different views because they come from very different situations. So sometimes people don't want to receive your warm, friendly, happy message of sisterhood and colleagues and love and come to my Galentine's party, Sometimes that's just not the vibe that they're on. And you can only meet people where they are. So if you're being met with resistance as you try to become colleagues, not competitors, just keep being yourself. Don't let their response deter you. I'm not saying beat them over the head with your friendship. I'm just saying continue to be open and warm and loving to both them when you see them and to other people. Don't let that one experience shut you down. So keeping that open mindset, that abundance mindset versus the scarcity one is step number one. So now that you believe there's enough out there for everybody, pick what the goal is. Where are we going next? Are you going to be an educator? Are you going to be a speaker? Are you going to help other people with mindset? We really need some people like that. Are you going to create products? Are you going to become a coach? Are you going to become a business coach? Are you going to run your own social media for the beauty industry, specifically for whatever niche you're in, spray tanning, lashing, whatever? Are you going to move into injectables? Are you going to open up a full-fledged spa? Yeah. Are you hiring? You really need that abundance mindset, don't you? Same for teaching. And when it comes to things like coaching, same. I don't want to see anyone saying, oh, well, I'll tell her this, but I'm not going to tell her everything, obviously. Why? Why is that obvious? It's what she paid you for. It's what you said you would do. You have to give her everything. You have to throw the kitchen sink and all. The baby with the bathwater, the whole thing. You have to have that abundance mindset. Then pick the next step and find somebody who's already done it. And fucking pay them. Pay them. Stop DMing me and saying, hi, how do I start with making my own product? Pay me. I'm a coach. I'm happy to take you step by step through the process, which, by the way, is not going to happen in one DM conversation. So pay me for my time, pay me for my expertise, and I will walk you through it. I paid someone to walk me through it. I sure did, and I paid thousands of dollars. And it paid me back tens of thousands of dollars. So The ROI on that is astronomical. I say find someone who has done what it is you want to do and freaking pay them for their time, for their expertise. And then don't stop there. There's another step. Are you ready? Do what they say. Do what they say. I can't tell you how many times I will tell someone, okay, this is A, so write the letter A. And they will write the letter C. And I'm like, so that's not working, right? And they're like, no, it's not working. I don't know what's happened. And I'll say, well, I know what's happened. I told you to write the letter A and you wrote the letter C. So it's not going to work. And so do you want to erase that and write the letter A? They're like, no, I'm going to stick with C. I don't understand why it's not working. I don't think coaching is for me. I don't think coaching is for you either, because I'm coaching, but you are not being coached. If your coach tells you to do something, trust the process, basically, is the summary here. Go ahead, check your mindset, figure out your goals, find your idol in that goal, and I'm using the term idol very loosely, and then be coachable. Implement. Go out there and do what they told you, and you cannot fail. Rinse and repeat. Do this cycle as many times until you hit the top. And whatever your top is, top looks different for everybody, right? Rinse and repeat over and over and over and over. Find someone who can do it, pay them to tell you how to do it, and then actually do it. Do the thing. Do the thing. And keep believing that you are not the only person in the world who can do this. And find someone who believes that too. If you hear your coach talking about any like inkling that they may have a scarcity mindset, please know that they're not giving you the full and honest God's truth. So you might want to find another coach. Those are my biggest takeaway tips, I think, when it comes to scaling. Decide what the goal is, find somebody who can do it, and then actually engage with them, pay them to tell you how to do it, and do the things that they're telling you to do. Yeah. I hope this was helpful. And if it was not, if I can clear up anything, please do DM me. Just don't ask me, for step-by-step instructions through DM. That's so difficult. And honestly, I'm not going to be able to convey the entire lesson to you that way anyway. I am a coach, by the way. You cannot DM me for coaching. You would have to go through Pretty Rich Bosses. But if you would like my code for that, you can DM me and ask me for it. Find me over on Instagram at victoria.glam, and let's continue this conversation. I am always happy to help you figure out where you should be going with your business. And by the way, Pretty Rich Bosses gives out that first strategy call completely free. And I think it's like an hour of strategy, something like that. So if you'd like that code, go ahead and DM me. Again, Instagram at victoria.glam. I will talk to you guys later.